Okay, so this is the very, very first time that I get to film with the Gareth Soloway. We're so excited to be here, and I'm going to be sharing some fun facts from Gareth. He has no idea what I'm about to ask him, so this is gonna be even more fun because we're gonna get his instant reaction in the now, on the fly. So, first question, are you ready?
I hope I am.
Are you ready? Are you ready? All right, if you could trade one stock for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Ooh, probably Tesla.
Ooh, quick.
Yeah.
I love it, I love it.
And wait, can I say why?
Yes.
Because it's so volatile, and volatility means that I can make lots of money. So
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so next question. Can you explain the stock market in 3 words?
Oh my God. Oh wait, I think I just explained it in 3 words.
That was actually pretty much, yeah. Any more?
So, 4, 5, 6, let's see. Emotion-driven action.
Let's go. Emotion-driven action. All right, next question. What's the funniest thing that's ever happened to you during a trading session?
Oh my goodness. You know how to bring the questions. Never peed in my pants, at least. That's good.
Winning?
Yeah, winning. Right. It's a low bar. Man, I don't know. I mean, it's not fun, but my computer's crashed before. That's a little scary.
Could be fun in the middle of trading
No,
lots of money.
yeah, you don't know. But now the greatest thing, so dating myself here a little bit, but in the olden days, the phones weren't like, I had an old school flip phone that didn't really have internet on it and stuff, and then it was really bad. Now, within like 10 seconds, you can log in on your account, so it's a little bit better. But in terms of like crazy stuff, I mean, on a cruise, the internet goes out because the internet sucks on cruises right now.
What do you do in that scenario? Like, you're like, oh, well,
you quickly run to the other side of the room. Something like, seriously, because like, it'll just go out over here, but you can get it over here, you know? So, yeah, it's crazy.
Got it. Oh, I can't imagine. Okay, so next question. If you could have one trading superpower, what would it be?
I would say to see the charts of tomorrow today.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. How do you stay calm under pressure?
This is a good one. So the way I do it is I'm a very rational person. Ask my wife. She's like, gets mad at me for being not emotional enough sometimes. Hopefully she doesn't see this. No, I'm just kidding. But basically, I always remind myself the main principles, right? Am I healthy? Do I have a roof over my head? Do I have food to eat? And then, like, honestly, nothing else matters, right? Like, if you lose a bunch of money, as long as you can take care of those. And remember, investing, you never want to, risk the money you would lose that stuff. So as long as you keep reminding yourself of that and you learn from your mistakes, then that's really the key.
Zooming out, gratitude.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, next question. What's the longest you have ever stayed awake while trading?
So in all fairness, there have been periods where I've had positions where it's not so much staying awake, but it's like sleeping and then waking up very early. Like I could start to trade at 4 in the morning. So there have been periods where I've been up at 4 in the morning and then I'll stay up all day and even till the next night. So again, I'm not good on no sleep either. I'm like, forget about it. I get grouchy and I actually like don't feel good. So I'm big on sleep, but like some people can go with like 5 hours or 3 hours of sleep. I can't do that.
Got it.
My brain gets all fuzzy.
Got it. All right. So we're going to lead into the next question when it comes to, I'll kind of piggyback on that one for performance. Is there anything that you're like, this is a non-negotiable, this is a habit I have to have, I cannot negotiate this in any way? It sounds like sleep is obviously one of them, but is there any other performance tips that you have for anyone?
Yeah, I mean, for me, and each person is different, but I mean, I definitely eat a high, fiber diet of veggies and fruits and stuff like that just to make myself feel good. And then I find if I skip the gym too many days in a row, I start to feel lethargic. I mean, I feel so good, and my mental clarity is really improved by like getting moving, right? And especially in a job where we sit at the computer for so many hours, that's super, super important. So all of those are key, and then I think just like having balance, right? Having other things to do in life, like playing with the kids or something like that. It just brings you full circle.
What does balance look like for Gareth Soloway?
It is a lot of investing and trading and paying attention to that, but for sure it's being outside a little bit, being in the
Yeah.
garden, my garden and stuff like that. That's always been, even when I was living in Oregon, I had this massive garden. I would literally harvest like 25 cucumbers a day. Sometimes that's how
Wow.
big. So I majorly overplanted, but you should have seen my salads. I would literally chop up like 5 cucumbers in a salad with a little bit of like Italian dressing. It was delicious.
Oh.
Nothing like vegetables out of the garden.
There's nothing. I grew up on them. My mom, she had the best garden ever. And I'm kind of a vegetable snob now. I can't eat tomatoes, just any given tomato. It has to be like that ripe tomato, because as a kid, you just walk right on over and you plop it off and you don't even rinse it off.
Yeah.
You just put it in it's nice and warm from the sun. Like, you just can't get anything.
And too, with kids, one of the things I found is
Yeah.
like, if you want your kids to eat vegetables, grow them in your garden.
Yeah.
Because then it's cool. Like,
Oh,
they're
it's so much more fun.
They're like, I can eat this? Okay. And then all of a sudden they're eating vegetables, and they're like running out to the garden to get some vegetables. So.
Since you can trade from anywhere, what's the most exotic place you have traded in?
Wow. So, I mean, on my travels, I definitely, an exotic, I mean, you know, Dubai and cruise lines in the middle of the ocean and stuff like that. But I would say for me, the craziest was in Dubai, and I was doing a presentation, and the Federal Reserve announcement came out, because time difference was different, right? So when I was doing this presentation in the afternoon is when the Fed decision came out. And I was like, all right, the markets are going to rally. Well, it didn't, right? So I'm on stage, literally looking at my phone. I'm like, down 100,000, down 200,000, down 300,000, down 400,000. And I'm like, smile, you're on camera, right? And then I got into the cab and I started trading, and I started day trading it, and the market did start to rally. And so I was able to day trade it at the same time. I was in a cab in Dubai and like just going around the city. And I was just like as fast as I could. But yeah, like stuff like that it's amazing what technology allows us to do. It also is a negative sometimes, as we know. But yeah, that was some pretty crazy times for sure.
So how do you cognitively unload when at all hours of the day something could be happening? Like, how do you calm your nervous system down when at all times it needs to almost just be on?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, I think I never fully tune out, but at the same time, I'm able to like compartmentalize a lot of stuff and like put it in a box over here, and then kind of do other things at the same time. But I mean, it is tricky, and I think one of the keys is really just being able to, you know, understand. Number one, it's something I love to do, right? So like, I know it sounds crazy, and like I'm like talking about 200, 300, 400,000, but at the same time, in general, once you get good at trading, you start to enjoy it so much, because all of a sudden you're going into that casino, which is the market, and you're the gambler that knows how to beat the system. And you don't always beat the system, I certainly don't, but it's like, I look forward to Mondays, I really do. It's like, okay, what's the trade? Am I gonna make how much money, and what opportunities are there? And so, in a weird way, like some people go in and they hate their jobs, and no, that's horrendous. Like, I couldn't even imagine disliking the job. But in this situation, yeah, it's easier to be plugged in when every time something happens, you're thinking about, oh my goodness, this is going to be so fun when I get to trade it, right?
Yeah, and it's so cool that it gives you energy at this point. And I know you have one of the most incredible training programs that really go through from start to finish. You know, from the very, very beginning of, if I walked in, and we're going to be doing a fun series of walking Jess through, starting from A to Z. Jess is going to become a winning trader over here. So very, very excited about that. But if you got to kind of walk people through kind of what they're going to experience from start to finish to be able to understand how to win, what do those kind of series look like? And, you know, how fast can somebody turn into a successful trader?
So, I mean, it does take a little bit of time and effort. Just like I always say, like, you can't watch a video on brain surgery and then be like, let me go operate on someone's brain, right? So you got to kind of learn it and practice it over and over again, and that's how you build the trust that the probabilities of what you're seeing are going to play out over and over again. So I think that's key. I think discipline, emotional control, recognizing that the markets are not, that they are very emotional, and so you have to be able to disconnect from that emotion and look at things very logically, which is why you're going to probably make a fantastic trader. Like, it's just,
I'm excited
you know,
about this.
And by the way, that gentleman that walked in who's a member,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, is that Wendy from Billions? I love that show. Yeah.
Hey!
So that was pretty cool too. So you're already getting this reputation out there, so be ready.
So good, so good. No, I'm excited. This is going to be such a blast, you guys. We are going to bring so many fun facts to you from the Gareth Soloway. There's going to be so much more to come, but that is all for now. Thanks.
That was awesome.